Hey sports fans, moral leader here, Dennis Prager. His radio show today talked about the important moral issue of fondling in the kitchen. Dennis said, you are the wife, you're doing work in the kitchen, washing dishes, or you're in the garden gardening. There are no kids around, your husband stops by to say something, he grabs your tush. Are you offended? Are you pleased? Politically correct answer is that this is unwanted, that it is a form of marital sexual harassment. When the couple loves one another, I hold that that is a good thing. Know that it is the last thing on the woman's mind, but so what? The more your husband who loves you wants to grab you, the better it is for both of you. Your husband is still doing this after 10 years of marriage. I think the two of you are blessed. I have this line and I'll use it while in the car with my wife. It's one of the fun sayings of marriage. Honey, the last thing on your mind is the first thing on my mind. That is as true as it gets in the sexual realm most of the time in a marriage. So this bloke named Mike called. He says, this issue should come up only once in a marriage. Each spouse tells the other when it happens that they like it or they don't like it, and it should never come up again. Then it says, we disagree. My whole point is if they have decided he shouldn't do it, they should rethink the decision. Mike, if it hurts somebody for any reason, Dennis, we are hurt because we decide to be hurt. Because the mind decides to be hurt. Why would a woman be hurt if the husband she loves grabs her? Mike, why is anyone uncomfortable with anything? Just as I want men to rethink a lot of the things they do, I want women to rethink too, says Dennis. If the subject was just to do what is comfortable, I'd do another hour here. I don't think we should be guided by our feelings only. The response, can't you see I'm busy, would have a terribly deflating effect on most men. Our screener, married for 25 years, IMs me that her husband can grab away, but he may not whistle at her to get her attention. If every woman thought this grabbing was a great thing, I wouldn't have this subject this hour. The spirit of our times is that a man doesn't do that. He asks permission first. A wife calls from Phoenix. I was loading the dishwasher last night and my husband said to me, could you do that again? Could you put something else in there? Dennis, why would we deprive our wife or our husband of so much joy when the price to us is so minimal? I don't advocate this as a prelude to immediately engaging in sexual intercourse. I'm advocating that this grab be accepted for what it is, the playful sexual grab of a loving husband. Male caller says about his first wife who repelled his advances. Playful touching was not welcomed. I think it had a lot to do with the eventual failure of that marriage. Some of the things that went on inside my head. I felt less than her. I felt that at some level I must disgust her. You internalize that and you get depressed. What I thought was an expression of love, and my natural way of being was somehow wrong and repellent in her eyes. Dennis, if he never sees you as a piece of meat, then it's a platonic relationship of roommates. Another man is calling in to say that grabs are okay, but maybe you should also rub the shoulders and think about what she wants. Guys, grabbing your wife when you want is one of the most basic masculine things that you express. The emasculating messages of college have been injurious to male-female relations. Of course, a man has to be sensitive to the feelings of his wife, same way you have to be sensitive to the feelings of your male friends. It's wonderful for your marriage if this happens and he asks you to put another dish in the dishwasher. So, from my own experience, I agree with Dennis. When I've had girlfriends, some girlfriends, I just reach over and grab them, touch them, and they'd get offended and like, stop, don't do that. And what you're doing when you're doing that is you're making a bid for someone's attention. And if you have bids repel, very quickly you stop making those bids anymore. And more you stop making bids for the other person's attention in a relationship, and the relationship dies.